touching on something that Senator Isaacson touched on. We got quite a few questions about redistricting, and one of them, a constituent writes that redistricting will be a major issue for the legislature. What is a concern for you about the redistricting process, and what are your ideas to help it move forward successfully?
I think that my approach is going to be pretty clear that I want to put the best map possible, the one that's the fairest and the one that kind of represents, the way Minnesota should be done without partisan intrigue and fighting and what people really want. I mean, my concern and ultimate goal would be to put this to a panel of nonpartisan citizens to do rather than me doing it or the Republicans doing it. I don't want either party doing it. I think there's too much self-interest involved there. So my goal is to make that as unbiased as possible. And so one of the first things, we just had a seminar that we did that was nationwide talking about this. And one of the first things that they talk about is what are the kind of the standards you're looking at? Do you take into account incumbents? Do you look at political boundaries, and how do you figure that out? And my goal is to remove as much of the political stuff as we can and just have an honest, straight up map that reflects the kind of districts in Minnesota we'd hope would happen naturally. And so I'm concerned about the fact that the Senate GOP, the House, and the governor are not going to agree. I've heard people say, why are we even meeting? We know it's going to go to the courts anyways, right? Well, if that's the mentality, then we've already lost, right? I want to see us be successful and do what we can to put together a map that might be bipartisanly acceptable, right? And that's my goal. That is absolutely my goal. Part of the challenge that we're going to have in this coming session is that Donald Trump's messing with the census really is going to cause us some problems with getting that information late. And so much like in 2012, when we found the redistricting after the precinct caucuses came into place, we have to make sure that we get that done as soon as possible and then information comes out. So that's my goal, is to be timely as much as possible based on the information we get. But that stuff is coming in really slow, and we're probably not going to even see some of that data till next year. So my concern is that the legislature won't be able to come together on a map, and that there'll be, the governor can veto it or the House and Senate can't agree, that kind of stuff. And so I'm hoping to thread that needle, but I'm also realistic enough to know that it may go to the courts, right? And so I think putting forth the best nonpartisan map you can is the best way to go, and preparing ourselves for the future.